Welcome back to another episode of the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Steve Strum with the awe-inspiring Colonel Chris Budihas.
Wow.
Good to see. I know.
Thank you, Steve.
Good to
see you.
The producers came up with that one.
That's good.
So, thanks for, being awe-inspiring and amazing, Colonel Chris Budihas. But today, we're not here to talk about you.
No.
We are here to talk about Melissa.
Melissa?
This is Melissa right here.
There she is.
Melissa McGarry. Did I get that right? For Melissa McGarry Photography. Now, want to take a quick second. You've been doing photography as an award-winning photographer for 10 years.
Yes.
But you're 24.
Yes.
Talk to us about how that math works.
Yeah, so I started my photography business when I was 15 in high school. I have been riding horses since I was 8 years old. I got a camera, silly little tiny point and shoot, started bringing it to the farm with me, started just taking photos of everything, posted it on Instagram when it was still a little bit smaller than it is today. And I actually ended up growing my Instagram to about 18,000 followers within the horse community. So just for my photography. So I was like, hey, there might be something to this. So, and then I was like, right then and there, I was like, this is what I want to do with my life. So from there, I started working on finding my niche in photography. Yeah. So I interned with a wedding photographer when I was 16 years old, which was actually younger. I had to get a little bit of an approval because normally you don't start interning until you're about 18. So he was like, I'll make an exception, because I was like, I'm really passionate about this. I've got to learn how this all works, you know? So I started that, and then fast forward to when I was about 17, 18, I started interviewing with the local paper, doing photography. I was doing some photojournalism for them. So that was really fun, but it's still, I hadn't found what I wanted to do yet. So the month before I left for college to come down to Flagler in St. Augustine, I did one family photo shoot, and during the photo shoot, everything just fell right into place. All the pieces fell together, and I was like, families, kids, I love it. So I came down here, and I'm so lucky to be at the beach. I was like, the best place ever to take family photos. I was like, that could not have worked out better. So ever since then, I've just been posting like local Facebook groups, kind of building my connections, just building local families, even people who come in and visit and everything like that. Yeah. So that went really fast, I will say, by word of mouth, and mom groups and stuff like that, which has been so awesome.
That's great.
And then from there in 2020, I was awarded the best photographer in St. Augustine, which was awesome with the St. Augustine record. And then as well, I was a finalist in 2021 for the same award. And then also in 2020, they hosted their 25 under 40, and I won the Rising Star Young Business Owner.
That's so easy feat. I live in St. Augustine. I'm originally from here, and I've seen the talent down there, all the photography, all the painters, and people out there. The fact you won it, it's not like I was competing against one person. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people. Thousands of people competing for this award, so congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, when I got down here, I realized I wasn't sure if I really wanted to stick with families or kind of move towards the wedding route, because St. Augustine is such a spot for that, but I very quickly realized it was very saturated for weddings. And I was like, I want to focus more on the smaller scale and the closer knit relationships within families and that dynamic. And building long-term relationships with my clients, doing the maternity, to the newborn, to the 5 years and 10 years and that kind of thing.
So what's your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur? I mean, you're a small business owner.
Yes.
So what's your biggest challenge?
Reaching people. Reaching people as a small business, especially in such an oversaturated market in Florida, in St. Augustine, in Jacksonville, and every person that gets a camera, the competition just keeps rising, so trying to stay relevant and kind of staying around. So
now I do understand the value of professional photography. I mean, it does take a lot of work to make look respectable. Thank you to the producers back there. We actually have special lighting that make me don't look as pale. But what do you say to your prospective client, or to somebody who goes, you know what, I've got this iPhone 15 or whatever that's got like this super high megapixel camera that take a picture of the sun, and the technology on our phones is so much far advanced.
Absolutely.
What do you say to that client or potential client going, well, why is it that you want to get somebody with one of these big things?
It's honestly not even so much about the camera for me. When you work with me, my number one focus is making sure that everyone has fun. It sounds a little silly, and it sounds a little like, well, of course, and fun. But it's really important to me to be able to capture the dynamic of the family, the real personalities of the children, and how everyone just interacts with each other. Whereas, you can absolutely set up your phone and take a photo, but you're all just gonna be like, okay, let's get together and stand here in front of the camera lens. I can do that too. Normally, that's the very first photo I do to get everyone warmed up. I'm like, let's just get that group shot out of the way. Get everyone into the photos. But I would definitely say having fun and being able to prompt the natural relationships within a group or a family or just the kids or something like that. So,
That's huge.
Well, I guess it comes down to, a term that you might be familiar with, although infantry may not be familiar with it. It's not so much the plane, it's the pilot and the plane.
Absolutely.
So it's not the equipment, it's the person running the equipment and that experience that they get, that they are celebrating that special moment, and that you're able to capture that for them.
Yeah,
that's fascinating. And then, of course, not to underscore the fact that you've been doing it for 10 years since age of 15 and already won, several awards. That's fascinating. What's coming next?
I absolutely want to keep doing my family photography. So I started in St. Augustine here for a few years, and I've been in Jacksonville for about a year and a half now. So working on expanding my client base here in Jacksonville is what I'm looking to do, but always have so much love for my St. Augustine people, and I always travel back down there. I've got one this evening down in St. Augustine, Volano Beach. So,
Well, it's good. I mean, with this show here, no doubt, it's going to reach well beyond this area, but specific this area with the following we have here in Jacksonville, a great opportunity to get your word out and hey, you want quality photos, you want to capture that experience. And that's I don't know how you put a price on it. It's priceless, right? So
and I really appreciate you guys airbrushing out the wrinkles and adding more hair. Love it. And I would assume you're probably on the socials and the websites and all that stuff. What we'll do is we'll make sure to hang all of your links on our website, thedailynewsnetwork.com, so that way people come check you out, book an appointment, find out exactly how does a young entrepreneur, award-winning photographer do as much as she has done by the age of 24. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when she's age 34.
Wow.
We're talking cover of Vogue.
I think she'll be 29 plus 5 at that time.
Yeah, that is great. I've been 29 for 18 years myself. But Chris, thank you so much for being here. Without it, we can't do this. Thank you for joining us today. And for everybody who tuned into the episode, thank you for joining us. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.